we ain't got all our faces popped up yet, but they'll be there eventually. Enjoy the map.
Joy.
And that wasn't that was like the third time that Joa took his shirt off, but it wasn't the last.
Never will
definitely
be.
not the last.
I remember this one time he said something about waxing it on a charity stream if there was enough of a donation.
You heard it here first. He's gonna whack it.
I mean, this is true. Confirmed.
Whack it for charity. Is there a specific charity he was going to whack it to, or I guess for?
We did last time a thing with children, so
maybe more adult themed.
Right.
yeah.
Whack it for the kids.
Charity. You heard it here first. Joe's gonna whack it for the kids. Anyways,
For the kids.
We're at the border of a creepy forest. This is very creepy. It has a long lost name. People just call it the creepy forest now. They avoid it. It's got, as you can see, that vibe of a forest that you look in and like there's just a bunch of foggy trees in the distance and you're like, maybe if I valued my life, I should probably not go in there. But you guys don't value your lives that great, as you've run into the Underdark and many other very dangerous situations. So you guys all just are, we left off with you guys gathered at there's a big wall that like was kind of shoddily built along the outskirts of the forest, and there's a bit of an entrance. There's no real path through the woods. It's just a bunch of like grown trees. There is no grid. We're going gridless due to technical difficulties. I have made, for future reference, some circles. This one's just labeled Fireball.
Nice.
Here's a 15-foot diameter. And then this is a 10-foot radius that I made by copying the 15-foot diameter and then making it bigger. So really, we're not really going to be that picky about movement. And like, you eyeball it. You kind of you move the distance that you're like, this is good. This is what I think my character would move. I guess I move you and I'm like, this is how much your character would move. 30 feet is about to there from like conversion. Yeah, it's actually more than that, but like you see what I'm about. You're just sort of like, I'm not really going to pull out this ruler a lot. We're just going to be like, I want to move that direction, and we move in that direction. Sound like a plan, Stans?
Yeah.
Love
Just
it.
plan.
Wait, we're playing as stands?
Full kobold adventure. Full kobold adventure. Right. Creepy forest. How would you guys like to proceed? The goal, for those that need a refresher, rumor has it, that there is an orb of power inside these creepy woods. Probably part of the reason why the woods are so creepy.
Probably. I mean, definitely.
Yeah. Educated. Those in the educated field have surmised as much. You can only trust those educated types so far, though. Somewhere in this creepy forest. out of simplicity's sake, I'm probably not going to rotate the camera like this much. I'm just going to keep it like this. And so we'll have the orientation of up, down, left, right. So up, down, left, right.
I'd like to go eat.
East?
No,
East.
that's gonna be northeast. Or I'll go Q. I could go Q.
Actually, I can do Q. I can do Q. I can do WASD.
There you go.
Q is this way. So Trust begins to just kind of walk in.
He will stop there. He will turn to conversion. Conversion. I do not see a dedicated path in these creepy woods, which I shall refer to as Eustace.
We're getting useless.
No, Eustace. That is the name of the woods now.
Yes. Useless and Eustace.
The Eustace Woods. This is nice.
Craig, I think this is probably more of your expertise.
Yes, that'd be fine. I can lead us through these easy.
All right.
I mean, I don't want anyone to think that I'm not a survivor.
No, if you could stay right behind me, it would very much help.
Very well then.
Perhaps if you are familiar with wilderness, then the two of you can find a way through these forest.
Above the table, I have a +5 modifier for it.
Yeah, mine's 10 survival.
Hell yeah, you're gonna get assistance from me.
What are you trying to do?
Survival check to get us through the woods. Try to get to the center.
Right. So you want to do a survival. Get
Out
to
of
the center.
curiosity, Sean.
Yes.
Sorry.
No.
As we were approaching, were there any like landmarks that appeared to be in the forest, like a tower or a tall,
no.
exceptionally tall tree or anything like that?
Nope. I can kind of like zoom out a little bit. I can kind of like, there would have been like farmlands around here and like the single road that kind of led to this, the old King's Road that led to where you guys are. And then normally there's like I didn't draw it because I didn't think it mattered, but there's like a footpath along the wall this way because that's the way people actually go because they avoid going through the forest. So like this is what you would have seen. So like just trees, just a line of trees and a creepy fog that very much, very much is not rolling out of the forest. That very much stops with the trees.
It actually is a wall. That's interesting.
As we proceed forward with the trees, Kreska is going to take his battle axe and just use it to carve a notch into the side, like every 5 trees or so along the path that they're walking, and he'll label it in like Roman numerals.
Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. So are we just sort of like moving as a unit into the forest? Is that the move with Craig and Trusk in the lead doing survival checks and you guys just sort of like keeping an eye out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So can I get first that survival check?
Actually, plus 12. Ooh. 12 plus 12, 24.
So you feel pretty confident in your dealings as you move into the forest. Now, which way would you like to go, Craig? Because like you have no, like, you can do a survival check. You feel pretty confident that you aren't, you're making like a Skyrim map in your head of like, I know where I am and where I've been, but you don't have a destination.
Right. Can I
So
insight check the forest to figure out
No.
where the inside of it is? Inside check.
like you're inside the forest. You're now just like in a creepy sort of like like almost kneecap level for Clarny and the goblin. It's like at their chest, a little above their stomach level, fog.
My goal's gonna be
Good.
to get to the other end of the forest, going straight. Essentially,
You just want to cut a straight path
Yeah.
through this
Be-
forest.
Before that, Nick,
Mm-hmm.
can I get a perception check to see if I feel that these are like normal woods or if there's something like off to where like it wouldn't be
Mhm.
natural?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like you guys have literally like crossed the first tree line at this point. Like you've passed the first line of trees.
Right. So I'm trying to see if there's like any changes in sounds or
Mhm.
funny feelings or
Right, make a perception check.
that'll be a 24.
24. As you walk into the forest, it has that very classic feeling in fantasy creepy forests of you feel like the light just sort of like vanishes. The trees seem very much like they're leaning over you. The branches look very gnarled. The sounds you hear are like the creaking of the trees as branches and boughs move. You hear a slight wind through the leaves. Just general creepiness.
Russ will go, ugh, sorry, that looked like my Aunt Martha.
Mm.
My
Referring
condolences.
to like the gnarled branches. It's uncanny how much that resembled her hands.
Eddie, I assume you have a Cody out, just because I feel like you always do.
I always do, unless
Yeah.
I'm like chilling in the hotel room or something.
And even
Go
then,
to creepy forest? Definitely.
You've been caught just hanging out talking to Cody in the hotel room a few times. Right. I kind of got Clarny back there. Right. And so with a 24, you got a 24 survival check, right, Craig?
Yes.
You feel pretty confident in your trekking through the forest. As you guys go deeper and deeper into the forest, at about, let's say, this point, Cody falls over, trips on a stump. In his own timeline, he just shit. I would like everybody to make me wisdom saving throws.
Yeah. That's a big fat
Oh,
nat 3
good
for a
at
total of
those.
1. Or sorry,
Love it.
big fat 1 for a total of 3.
Okay.
17 for Clarny.
Okay.
24.
11 for Eddie.
Okay. New answer. New question. Who beat a 20? Who gets a 20 or higher?
Me.
Craig. Don't forget to
On a
roll
wisdom?
for on a wisdom save. Don't forget to roll for Velran and Carney.
Yeah, Carney got a 10.
Valran did not, and I did not.
Okay. So the only one who doesn't, right? The only one who succeeded was Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Very apropos. The rest of you begin to hear whispers. Just it's one of those sort of whispers where you're even unsure if you heard it, but like you instinctually like snap your head in the direction you think you heard it, and all of you sort of like snap your heads in different directions. So it's not like you all snap your head in the same direction at the same moment. You're all like, "What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that?"
Thank God, I was concerned it was careless.
Eddie's staring intently at his parrot because he thinks it's parrot whispering.
That's good. That's a good move. Craig, you heard nothing, and you're just sort of like continuing. Like, this fog's creepy. This forest is creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have you like kind of push ahead a little bit, not too far, but like, what do you guys want to do? And it's not like there was one whisper and it's gone. As you take a moment, you all begin, except for Craig, begin to hear this just undercurrent. Like you at first thought it was the wind, the leaves with the wind, but no, there's whispering. There's whispering in these trees.
Trusk is gonna look
Well.
to Conversion. Did you hear that?
Probably not the same one you did. Something is trying to lead us on a wandering path.
Are
Question
we
is-
feeling compelled to
You-
follow the whispers?
Nope. Nope. It is just the wind and the leaves turn from what you were convinced was just wind to quiet whispers of undiscerning speech. You can't really pick out what the words are. Are you doing dishes?
Very loud,
Oh, no.
David.
Oh, sorry. That's
I believe we're being communicated to through ether.
Yep. Very likely, it's trying. Whatever it is, it's trying to lead us to scatter about and follow a wandering path rather than seek our destination.
Don't do that. Stay with me. What are you talking about?
We're hearing things.
Yeah, do you not hear those voices?
No.
Samantha? I don't even know a Samantha.
Right. So does the gang just continue along, accept
Yeah.
the whispers and follow Craig?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to advise Craig.
Yes.
Perhaps we should go at a little bit slower of a pace and stay a bit more cautious.
Yes.
As you guys
we
push
can do this.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, everyone but Craig, as you fight to ignore the whispers, whenever you need to roll an ability check, just an ability check, roll a d4 and subtract that from it as you fight to avoid the whispers. Just an ability check, not saving throws, not attack rolls,
Or
just
being
ability check.
almost vicious mockery.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. It's just it's like an earworm or something tugging at the back of your brain constantly.
Can't
And
fully
you,
concentrate.
yeah, you're really all of you keep needing to tell yourself, I need to follow Craig. I need to follow Craig. But what are they saying? Oh, I need to follow Craig. That's kind of the thought of it. We continue forward. As you guys push into the forest, you see some fallen trees further into the forest. I'll just do a kind of like a 360 around. You can just barely see the wall through the fog where you came from. And just more trees. So really the only thing of note is that somewhere in the distance over there is some fallen trees, it seems.
I would head that way.
Okay,
Do you see that, Craig?
Yes.
In the distance.
It is at this point I would like everybody to make Constitution saving throws.
Thank God I am proficient.
I'm good with those.
Oh, that's very good.
What's DC?
This time it is only a 17.
I failed.
Only
Failed.
17.
If it's poison, though.
It's not.
Okay,
I
is it
got it.
And this
disease?
isn't. All right, I got a
25.
23.
Clarny got a
23,
20.
Eddie.
Clarny got a 20, and Carney got a 12.
It's not disease either.
This is all considered madness.
No, this is Sparta.
So who failed?
Me.
The
failed.
goblin. The goblin failed.
Yeah,
Conversion
Carney.
failed, and Craig failed.
Velran passed.
Okay. So Craig, do you eat? You
Nope.
don't need to eat, do you?
Mm-mm.
For the first time since you have awoken, you have the urge to eat, the urge to consume dirt. And so does Conversion, and so does Carney. Carney instantly just
Immediately
shovel. Yeah.
chomping,
Hits the ground and starts shoveling.
like
dirt into
both
his-
hands.
And I'm
Yes.
talking like an overpowering urge to eat dirt, like a compulsive need.
I get on the ground with the goblin.
Yeah. Conversion, how about you?
Well, I mean, if it's overpowering,
It is, but you know, being a cleric, I wasn't sure if you'd attempt any sort of willpower shenanigans.
I mean, there really isn't much. I mean, anything that could be.
Attempt a what is it? What's no, I guess you can't do that. That's level 10, right? Where you can call upon your god to intervene. Divine intervention.
Oh yeah.
You could go for a lesser restoration. Probably.
Yeah, you could try a quick lesser restoration, some sort of spell cast. You're aware that you don't normally eat dirt. You just like look down and you're like, oh, I want to put it. I want to eat it. I want to eat the dirt.
Of hogging the mycelium. Feeling it from Carney.
Carney goes to draw the Vorpal sword. Get away from my dirt.
That's my
Get away
dirt.
from my dirt.
Just, I'll go ahead and cast Dispel Magic.
Okay,
I'm
On
assuming
yourself?
yeah.
I'll
I'm
say
assuming
that's
that
good.
This is some sort of magical compulsion.
I will say that is good enough. You no longer feel the overwhelming urge to eat dirt. The goblin has drawn the Vorpal sword and pointed it at you, Craig. Get away from my pile! It's mine!
Put that sword away.
Stop it, you two.
Yeah, please go.
Trusk will attempt to intervene.
I'll cast Calm Emotions.
Ooh,
That's even better. That's even
That
better.
is good. I'm going to
DC.
say
Yeah, DC 21 Charisma if you're gonna roll it.
so. Roll that, Chad, for Carney, and Craig, you as well.
Well,
It's 14 for
Yeah,
Carney.
so they both. That sort of glaze goes over the goblin's eyes as the sword tip falls into the dirt, and both of your compulsions fade away.
what was that?
Forest.
That was likely the orb.
See. We should be more careful.
We should not pull.
You have a
weapons of threat.
semi-distended stomach, Craig.
Yeah, I'm not used to having anything inside of me anymore, and I'm really
Yeah.
displeased
Baby.
with it.
I don't mean to be rude, Craig, but you look a little bloated.
Just give me a second. Don't look. I'm gonna have flies go in my stomach and pull dirt from it and start
I'm gonna
getting it
also
out
say
of
that
me.
I'm also going to say that you broke off one of your nails. You just undead. So like one of your middle nail is just completely torn off
Yeah,
from you
that's
digging
fair.
into the dirt. Just for fun flavor.
Yeah, I essentially shove my
Um,
own mage hand down my throat and get the dirt out.
All good. It's very creepy to watch for. It's up to you whether you look away, but it is very hard to watch. He just sort of like opens his jaw and leans back, and the flies fly in, and like worker ants bring up dirt. and toss it back on the ground.
He's going to pull out a notebook. He's going to write a heading that says things I saw in the creepy forest that were creepy, and he's going to start writing this down.
And he's learning so much about his teammates. Right. We do a little circle. There's some more fallen trees over there, but otherwise, you have lost sight of the wall and are now just in the forest. So only Craig really knows the way back to the wall at this point. The rest of you are kind of not wholly lost, but a bit turned around. Right. So Conversion, you've failed twice in a row, right?
Yep.
Move that D4 to include saving throws now. Craig, you now are also included in the D4
Mm-hmm.
of...
Actually, if you remember, I have been notching the trees as we've gone along.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Every 5 trees is 1 increase in Roman
Cool.
numerals.
So in a if need be, some checks could be made to find your way out. You are not wholly turned around. Cool. But so Conversion, you now have a D4 minus on ability checks and saving throws. Craig, you are now added to the list of everybody else with ability checks. Actually, so is the Goblin. The Goblin also is in Conversion's boat.
Kalani, could you give me a boost? I'm gonna climb the tree, see if I can see an opening, maybe.
Give me a strength check, Clarny, if you want to help him.
Yeah, I can.
Athletics, actually. Athletics check.
That's going to be a 19.
19. Okay, make your athletics or acrobatics check at advantage. Craig. As you are not a monk
Okay.
and cannot just run up this tree.
Either or they're the same roll, so it'd be 14.
Yeah, it's more of how you want to do it. It's
Acrobat.
Acrobatics, you do some cool flips and parkour up the tree. And what I will say is at the top of the tree, give me a perception check.
27.
27. You do just barely see the flicker of a flame in the direction you are already walking in, actually.
And that's the only thing of note.
Yeah. Yep. I'll kind of like pan the tree line for you. You can kind of see like the farmland back where you had come from.
Right. Okay, I come down, I hold up a finger to my mouth and cast Pass Without a Trace.
You got it.
Then I point in the direction we're heading.
Oh, well, if Pass Without a Trace is cast, can I get stealth checks from everyone? That will be the static stealth checks.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20 for Carney.
Okay, well, do the math on it. You add your... What armor are you wearing?
I'm wearing my heavy stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so you have disadvantage on that. When you're wearing the heaviest armor, you have disadvantage on stealth checks.
I got disadvantage and I got a 25.
Love that.
35.
So I rolled a nat 20, but I take 4 off. Makes it an 18.
Oh, yes. Don't forget
20.
everybody to roll your
Yep.
d4s.
So with the disadvantage and with the 4 off, I'm gonna be 15 actually. So yep.
Plus 10.
Before the plus 10?
You get a +10 for pass without a trace. The spell that Craig just cast.
Okay, then 25 then. Yep.
Cool. It's a really good. It's a really good spell.
21 then.
Mine's 31.
Yeah, that's
14
badass.
for Eddie.
14. That's with the +10, Eddie.
24.
20.
Okay. Those are all really solid. Those are all really super solid. So your passive perception, friend.
Me?
Okay.
22.
No. Nope.
No.
Sorry.
Different. Definitely not. thing
My
that we're about
friend,
to
not
encounter.
yours.
And for what it matters, Bellerin got a 29.
29.
course
But
he
you got
did.
you got a 20 conversion. Eddie got a 21. Everybody else got higher than that, right? Those were the two
Yep.
lowest, a 20 and a
Mhm.
21.
Yep.
Love it. Okay. You guys all begin heading your way into the woods. Deeper and deeper and deeper. You come to this broken tree is where we're going to stop again and make another saving throw. This time, I would like it to be a charisma saving throw.
26.
26. This time, the DC is an 18.
Barely passed. We're the defender, right?
Huh?
I got an 18.
Yes, that's a
Okay.
pizza pizza.
7.
Rough. Rough, buddy.
This was
18 for Clarny and 14
Charisma.
for Carney.
Okay. So the goblin failed once again.
Yeah, the goblin has nothing. Yeah, he's awful.
Just got an 18.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Valoran's got at least an 18.
Cool. So the only losses, Eddie and the goblin. Can I get Chad? Can you roll me a D4? On a 1, something happens. On a 2, a 3, or a 4, a different thing happens.
Well, I got a 3.
A 3. So just so you know, Carney pauses as this check happens. Something's going to happen to Eddie at the same moment too, but I'll get around to it. Carney goes a bit louder than he should. The whispers have stopped. Hey, the whispers have stopped. Hey, he's a bit louder than you guys would appreciate him to be.
Please be
But we'll
quiet.
We'll come back to that. Eddie.
Yes. Hello?
Hold on. I'm reading.
Okay.
Hello?
Sorry, buddy. I did call you out and then instantly said nothing.
And we
I
did
was like, wait, did that
And we had a
echo die
replay last
again?
week. Hello?
I swear I'm here.
You become incapable of normal speech or spell casting, but you don't cast spells, so that much less of a problem. But you lose all languages. You understand the languages you understand, but you can no longer speak them.
My God, he's having a stroke.
So do with that information what you will. You now also have the minus D4 on saving throws, just like Conversion. Carney, the goblin, now has a full Bane effect. Attacks, saving throws, ability checks. I think that's worse than Bane.
The
Carney's-
trifecta.
Yeah, Carney's got the whole shtick for failing 3 in a row. And as he kind of like, he doesn't necessarily shout, but he's louder than you're used to him being. And as you say that, Craig, he was looking at you when you said that, and his eyebrows furrow, and he goes, "I can't hear you."
I cover his mouth.
Why?
I'll hold a finger to my mouth, like shh.
He quiets down, and then he like kind of like hits his own ears, his big floppy goblin ears. He goes, I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything.
I'm grabbing Clardy and like dragging him over to him, like, hey, fix your guy.
He is
Shut your guy up.
Tell him to stop, please. Pantomime
He
to
is-
him.
he is 100% deaf.
Clardy, can I tie a rope to you and to him?
I don't. No. Please don't.
Okay. I'm really good at knots. I was a sailor. Pirate, if you.
Yes, I know the type.
And you can see like a little black ichor rolling out of his ears. What would you guys like to do? You're just gonna kind of like keep him deaf, keep moving forward, and just be like he's gotten the clue to be quiet. He seems like he's in the midst of a panic attack about his ears. He keeps like rubbing them and like pulling on them and like looking around at you all.
Rusk will pull out like a t-shirt or tunic or what have you, and rip a couple of patches off of it, or cut them off with his axe, whichever's
Okay.
quieter.
Uh-huh.
And roll them up into balls and like stuff them in the ears where the black is coming out,
Okay.
like it's soaking it up.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll just give him a thumbs up.
He gives you a thumbs up back. Cool. That and if we're moving forward, we're moving forward. He is but a goblin. He is happy to continue in line. He's not really going to put up much of like a bit. No, we need to solve it. No, that's not what goblins do. Don't know if you guys remember, but this was just literally one of the dudes on the front line.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally a soldier.
He was of Clarny's whole battalion. He armed the sole survivor.
Yeah. Now he's
The
a head
one
chopper.
guy that didn't get like crushed by a boulder.
Or hit by a sharpened telephone pole.
Yeah. those were scary. We move forward.
Fire getting brighter.
It is, and it's at this point, which is the last saving throw before you guys reach that clearing. Like just as you're kind of like breaking this tree line, if you notice that like there's a lot of stumps. These are like the first stumps you've seen. I'm going to need a final saving throw. This time it's going to be an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
It's a fail
Yeah.
for me.
The dump stat for all of you, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, I got
I
a
rolled a 19 on the
14.
die for 20.
I will say it's a 15 DC, as I know this is not any of your strong suits.
I got a 14.
Well, that's great 'cause I got a 16.
Okay.
One off.
Don't forget the D4 off for Conversion, Eddie, and Carney.
Yeah,
Three.
Eddie's
Let's do that.
failing this. This is a fail.
And Carney got a 13.
You sure you don't want to make it a 14, buddy?
Right.
Well, I managed a 16,
Cool.
and Velran, he's under the D4 effect, right?
No, he's only failed once. Velran has only
Awesome.
failed a single one.
Okay,
So he-
then he got a 17.
Right. So we have failures being Craig. You were very like upfront with a failure, but I didn't know if you actually rolled or just was like, yeah, I'm gonna fail this.
Yeah, I got a 3.
3. You got it. So Craig fails, Eddie fails. Who else failed? Who got less than a 15?
Narvos.
Car-
I got a 14.
And
1,
Carney.
2, 3, 4. Poor Carney. That poor goblin.
Goblin.
He just has a disadvantage on life now.
It's like almost to the point where I'm just gonna strap him to my back.
Yoda carry him.
Yeah.
Carney's is his madness that he gets is that he now believes that Trusk is his lucky charm. And when he is more than 30 feet from Trusk, he has disadvantage on all attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. So just have that in your head. He has that paranoia.
He looks like he doesn't weigh much.
He just seems to like, after you put that in his ears and you guys get this far, Trusk, you just notice that the goblin is staying close to you. And his normal, you haven't played in too many games with us. Clarny usually has Carney set up in a phalanx position, like directly next to him. He is just taken to doing that with you instead of the dwarf.
Cool.
Eddie.
Yeah.
You forget home. You forget the Elysian Empire. You forget the whole voyage across the sea. You can just barely remember coming into the forest with these people. You know that these are your friends. You can't really remember their names very much. You have amnesia. And
Have
you
what?
now you have amnesia.
What? What's that?
Cool. Thank you.
Stupid.
Fair enough.
Thanks for that, buddy. What was I going to say? And you now also have the complete set, just like Carney. Attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, all a minus D4, including a Cody.
Do I know who Cody is?
You do. You kind of. It's like seeing a mirror. You're like, you're me. That's me. Why is that me? I don't know. And then Craig failed. Craig, that's your second failure.
Yeah, fails on saves now. Right.
Yes, that is the abilities and saves, and the madness effect is you'll do whatever anyone tells you as long as it's not self-destructive. You are just very pliable.
Like anyone I'm friends with?
Anybody.
Okay.
Whatever anyone tells you, as long as it is not a self-destructive, you cannot, like, nobody can tell you to jump off a bridge. Nobody can tell you to take your bow and arrow and shoot yourself with it,
Yeah.
you know? But like somebody asks you to get them some water, you're going to go get them some water.
Gotcha.
And that was the goblin. That was Narvos.
Yo.
You are now frightened. You have the frightened stat, minus the fact that you, like, normally frightened, you can't move closer to the thing that frightens you. You are just scared. You are just, so like, ignore that bit. Well, let's actually say that you're scared of the forest now. But we're going to ignore the creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear, as you are completely surrounded by it. I'm not going to make it so you can't move anymore. But now you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you are in this forest.
Cool.
That's that.
Onward.
What? So, what, Craig?
Onward. Let's go.
Onward and
Sneaky
upward.
sneak.
Sneaky sneak, sneaky sneak, sneaky sneak, sneaky sneak.
Sneaky snake.
Halt. I want to get an eye on stuff.
So what you can see is a somewhat like a grove. I would like Narvos to make me a history check at disadvantage minus a d4. And Conversion and Clarny can make me religion checks. And Craig, you can make me a nature check.
That is a 3.
3. So you have nothing. You know nothing.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Don't forget your minus d4s for ability checks.
Oh, no, I'm proficient in nature. It's a 24 minus a d4. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
And,
And the-
nothing for Trusk.
Are you... I don't think so. No. No.
That's a 16 for religion check for Clem.
Okay.
I got a 24.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 20 minus 2 plus 6.
Love that. So, Clarny, you think that resembles a temple of sorts? You think that this statue might have once been something with a temple? That's about all you get with a 16. For the 20 and above, the way the tree is still standing and all of the rest are fallen, you believe, specifically Conversion, you believe that this statue might be an old statue of the Wild Mother, corrupted and taken into the corruption of the woods. Both of you believe that might be an archdruid's grove. Is what your 20s and above tell you. Conversion specifically gets the Wild Mother connection with his 24.
All right. Well, that's what I think it is.
What should we do?
Well, we're here for something.
Eddie, can I get a perception check from you? At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Maybe not, unless there's... Did you have disadvantage?
Do you mean the minus 1d4?
Yeah, you just have a minus 1d4. You just have a lot of negative effects on you. I'm juggling a lot of negative effects right now. I apologize.
That's gonna be 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
You see a table in that grove, just from your angle. You see a table in that grove.
Cody's
Right.
gonna go sit down at the table.
That is a huge distance. That's a huge gap. That's over 100 feet away.
Eddie's gonna move up so it's 30 feet, but he's gonna be hiding behind a tree.
You cannot do that.
Oh,
The closest tree is this one, and it's 85 feet away. So, we'll what's the gang want to do? You guys are kind of like on the outskirts. If you also something to note, the fog is not in here. That is not me being lazy in building this map. That was done on purpose. The fog stops
Also
around
something
this,
to note.
this opening.
This map is fucking huge. Holy shit.
It is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go like zoom out for you guys to see. You lucked out. I half expected you to walk off in the wrong direction. You started walking directly in the right way.
Well, let's go see if it's here.
Just
On
get
it.
out of the forest.
How do you guys want to approach? I can just move the group up into the grove. Totally fine. Does anybody want to break off? Does anybody want to circle around? Does
Normally I would take like way back lines, but because of that whole thing, I'm just walking right beside Conversion.
Yep. Love that.
Mhm.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
The
Convergent's
group.
just gonna start walking towards them, towards this.
You guys break the tree line and just start walking towards the grotto. As you get about here, all of you can see plainly a glowing orb sitting on that table. The fog seems to roll off it and dissipate and reappear out in the trees. As you guys approach, as you guys make it about, let's say here, Conversion, do you want to be in the lead?
There. Yeah.
Conversion in the lead with
I
Craig right there.
See anybody?
Yes, there will be somebody to see in a hot second. I'm just setting up where you guys actually are instead of just moving my Avengers lineup that I was moving through the whole forest so that we could just see everybody's characters. Put Eddie over there. We'll put Velran right there. Put Narvos right there. Carney's hanging out with Trusk. You see coming out of this tree, right here, right by the fire, a face, kind of like the Grandma Willow from Pocahontas, comes out of the tree. Travelers, it has been a long time since people have braved my forest. What brings you so deep into Ivantar?
We have been asked to retrieve the orb.
You wish to take the orb, and as he says orb, the head on the tree turns to the orb on the table. He turns back. This artifact, I cannot part with it. Sustains me. Sustains my grove. I'm sorry, but you will have to turn back.
Thank you. I turn around.
And Craig begins to leave. Craig starts walking away.
Don't walk away from us, Craig.
Oh, okay. What?
And he walks over to Truss. That's a great madness. I think that really worked out for you. But yeah, very polite is I see that's what you want. I'm sorry.
Just ignore her, Craig.
Very nice, person.
As I said, we've been asked to retrieve. Perhaps we could find some other way to sustain.
Well, I know of nothing as powerful in this forest that could sustain me.
La, la, la,
Not only that, but it has been
la.
very useful in keeping brigands and bandits and any unscrupulous folks out of my forest for many centuries.
You're saying words I like, Trusk. I really want to listen to them.
Must ignore.
Okay.
Pay her no mind.
Right.
I would be loath to be rid of it. It has become truly very precious to me.
So there is nothing that you would be willing to take in its place. Nothing
There
that
is
would serve the same purpose.
there is nothing I can think of. Nothing in my domain that has anywhere close enough power as this.
Is there
I
something from another domain?
I don't know. It has been many centuries since I heard the call of the Wild Mother. I fear she has abandoned my forest. And now that you're closer, this statue is a dilapidated, very old Wild Mother statue.
I'm actually going to kind of walk over towards it. Staying back from the table a bit, so it's not like I'm about to jump at it and look up at it. And then look.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Just gonna say the face is completely gone, almost like whitewashed away. Just a smooth face. Vines have reclaimed most of the statue. It looks a lot of the stonework that went into it is like black. Has black lines of like just avid corruption consuming it.
I have a question, Convergin. Allow me to ask it.
Of course.
When was the last time you felt the Wild Mother? Was it before your possession of this orb?
Very briefly after the convergence, when the great storm appeared in the skies, was the last time I spoke, communed with her. I attempted many times afterwards and was never received.
And how is that timeline in relation to your possession of this orb?
The orb was placed here by an archmage briefly before the convergence, before the storm was created.
Would it not be possible that this orb is what has been severing your connection to the Wild Mother?
It is with that comment that the light of the fire fades and like the very kind Willow Mother turns vicious and cruel, like the face turns gargoyle-ish and evil. And you watch as part of it's no longer just a face, it pushes out of the tree trunk a shoulder and an arm grabs on the bark and pulls out and goes, "Never! It is
Grab it and run,
my
kids."
I go. Uh, he said, "Grab it and run." That's what
Oh,
Trush
is that
just
what he
said.
said?
I am
Okay.
running towards the orb.
Okay, so Craig
Grab it up.
runs towards the orb. It is at that point, as like it all kind of falls apart, that this creature goes, "Boys, protect!" And from like the ground, and the vegetation in this grove, oh, I'm a smart boy, and I made them invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you, Sean.
Woohoo.
These two boys are like manifested out of the vegetation, and this creature busts out of the tree that it was talking to you from. Roll initiative, and we'll take a break. We'll come back with initiative rolled and hop into it.
All right, little lake break. Yo. I labeled it not a map because if you label it map and you hit M, it will change to that scene. And I couldn't find the keybind to get rid of that.
Well, then, good job. Yeah, thought around it.
We're back. That was a little
Awesome.
behind the baseball segment.
Awesome possum. Right. So first up is the Lichen. The Lichen Lich. Lichen Lich. They are going to. What are they going to do?
I'm liking this lich.
I'm liking what you did there.
I'm not liking where this is going.
At least we're
Um,
not dealing with lycanthropy.
That's a neat choice. We're instead going to do. I'm going to need everybody. It's just going to come down, like, just kind of around all of you. It's a repurposed. Geez, that circle is oddly large. Everybody, make me dexterity saving throws, please.
All right.
As all of the ground beneath you all turns black as the undead archdruid reaches it into the ground, buries both of his fingers into the ground, and a dark pulse reaches out to where you're all standing.
22.
That's good. The DC is 19 to beat, just so you
Hell
guys are aware.
yes.
No. Nope.
No.
I passed.
It pays.
And Velron did not either.
The no from Eddie.
Carney is a 14. Right, Carney is a 19. Clarney is a 14.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone who failed takes 38 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
And your maximum hit point total is also reduced by that amount.
Holy shit.
For those of you that failed, you take half. You take half that, but your life point total is not reduced.
And what if you're
So
resistant to
9.
necrotic?
Then you take half damage.
So what was that total amount?
38 if you failed.
The 19 succeeded.
If you passed.
38
Half
is 19,
38 halved is 19.
and then that halved is
Wait. Yes.
9.
thanks.
Nice. Let's go.
Thank you, drow armor.
Oh, you have resistance to necrotic damage with the
Yeah.
drow armor?
Mm-hmm.
I do as well because I'm a celestial.
Lol,
I'm an
looking
ASMR.
after you, Craig.
Right.
Right. That's their action. That's this guy's action. They're going to put they're going to go stand by their boys and the orb. I'm going to just kind of zoom in on that model because I thought it was a cool model.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nice.
I'd love to paint it.
That one, and then these are the two boys.
You must paint it.
Some plant monsters. Right. That's their turn. It is now Narvos's turn.
BBC boy.
Oh boy. I'm a cast. The lich thingies needs to make a charisma saving throw, DC 21, please.
Okay. 26.
I think that meant there it is.
I rolled a natural 17. It was a really good roll.
Darn it. Well, that wasted. I cast banishment to try to get them gone. So
Rough.
oof.
So fourth level slot used.
I
Casting
still
of
have one more.
things. But the necrotic damage kind of saps the will from that spell. At the end of your turn,
Bonus action on my Hexblade's Curse it.
okay. And after your turn comes Trusk Deadeye.
All right. Can I get to the Lich?
Let's find out. Yeah, no problem. Actually, gonna measure it. Yeah, it's less than 30 feet side to
Cool.
side to this grotto. So, like, it's a single movement speed when inside the grotto.
He's going to say, "It's time to sever your connection." Holy shit! Yes. That is a nat 20.
Okay.
Here we go
Um,
again.
For a total of savage attack slashing, 26 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 21 to hit
That hits.
for a total of 8 points of slashing.
You got it.
Bonus action. What the shit, dude? That's 24 points with a
Right.
nat 20. Or no, that was a 19. That was a 19 that
That's
hit.
still crits.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
I can roll these in dice rolling room if you guys want.
Just don't use D&D Beyond. That's my opinion.
Yeah, if you're using D&D Beyond, use the dice roller room.
That's fine.
Yeah, it either gives you like nat 20s nonstop or like
Or
nat 1s. There's no in
nonstop.
between.
Yeah, it's. You can't make robots roll dice good, but I like our roller.
I was actually just like, during the beginning of this, I was like Googling that a lot because I was thinking like, man, D&D Beyond is giving me some consistently low rolls. And I was wondering if something was off with it. So it's not just me. It's just...
No.
It's just
No,
AI.
you should use either your dice roller or real dice or the one in the Discord.
Gotcha.
I've found your dice roller to be pretty good at handing me a bunch of different numbers.
Well, that's because I just used brain dead random. I didn't try and overcomplicate this.
So that's that damage. First hit, Trusk really shaves off a bunch of bark. It's got like, it's oddly all wood, but it looks like it. I mean, the only way I can explain it is like it looks like it's animated lifelike. You know, like the wood, the cloak of the Lich is billowing in the sort of like magical spell casting, but it's like hardened wood that you're hitting into. Chip away some of the bark, chip away some of the bark. Third hit also chips away a good chunk of the bark. Looks pretty sturdy. Well, very much like it's got boons from this magical artifact it's been feeding off for hundreds of years. Anything else, Trust?
No, that should be everything. Movement, standard, and bonus.
Right. At the end of your turn, it's going to attack you back with a legendary action. I roll with real dice, so I can't like I could take a photo of it, but I got a natural 20 back on you.
Oh yeah. Well, my AC is 14, so you're gonna hit.
Yeah, it's a 29 to hit, and we're gonna double the dice. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as its hand, its like willowy branch hand, sharpens into a spear with a green ichor tip, and it just punctures right through. All of you just see the back end, red and green, dripping from the back of the spear as it shoves through the abdomen of Trusk.
The 17 con save.
That is a failure. You are now poisoned.
Oh,
Ichor tip.
1, 2, 3.
It went in green, came out Truska Christmas decoration.
think I'm gonna die here. Oh no, I won't. I will not.
So, yeah, you will
For
survive
Chris.
due to your lineage.
You will
Yes.
survive. Do.
You take 36 points of poison damage.
I am now at 1. That would put me under, but I am now at 1.
It pulls it out, and you kind of like stagger, and you feel the wave of unconsciousness come over you, and your orcish blood pushes through it, wave of red, and you remain standing.
Is this just standard poison?
It is. You are considered poisoned, so
Okay.
you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. You have the poison
Condition.
you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Condition. Yes. That's their legendary action. 1 of 3 use this turn. We go to Craig.
I scream no as the healing word. Or plus 4, 5. I heal you for 5.
Thank you, sir.
And I run and like sprint up the table and I grab the orb and I'm trying to
Go
get the fuck
ahead.
out of here.
And give me a strength. I'm gonna say a saving throw. I'm gonna say a strength saving throw.
And I have minus a D4 on those. Because I
Correct.
got twice.
Correct.
Okay. Well, how about that? And then there's that. Plus 0 equals 1.
You go and like you look at it, and it's about, let's modern terms, I'd say a basketball, volleyball type size orb. You go to pull it, and it doesn't budge. And you're like looking at it, and it's like, this is not a heavy thing, but it doesn't even like move like in its position. It just doesn't move when you try to pull it off. It seems connected either to the table or to this grove.
Right.
You're currently unclear.
And did that use my action?
I would say no.
Okay.
I would say no, that because you failed to interact with object, I'm not going
Right.
to consume it.
I would be on top of the table, so am I within 5 feet of the lady?
No.
No? Okay, cool.
Yeah, no.
I'm the shooter.
You got it.
Her, them, him. The tree person shall be shot by me with a 19 to hit.
That just misses.
Just misses.
It doesn't miss, let's say, but it doesn't hurt it. It like buries in the bark and doesn't penetrate deep enough to hurt.
Gotcha.
You are 1 off. It's got an AC of 20.
Second attack is 25.
25, that hits.
And there's that. And then the bugness. And a sneak attack, yeah.
Yeah, it's engaged with Trusk.
All right.
Trusk has remained an engaging target.
That is 11. Low rolls. And that's me.
11 points of damage. At the end of your turn, it's going to snap its head at you. You hear like the creak of the wood as its eyes glow green, and it reaches its hand out to you, and with its very creepy, like clawed, pointed fingers, like does a pulling motion. And I need you to make a Constitution saving. Yes, a Constitution saving throw. As it spends its last 2 legendary actions this turn to attempt something on you.
4 minus 2 plus 2. 4.
Okay. You this die, and I need definitely have another one. There it is. For 10, you take 10 points of necrotic damage, and you watch some of your life force, some of your flies fly
25.
towards Only 5. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's fly. Some like you watch 10 flies begin to fly over, and then 5 of them fly back to you, as 5 of your flies are consumed into the lich, and it regains. It regains 5 health. You watch some of the bark is fixed. That's its legendary action. Brings us to Eddie.
All right, it is time for the 13 health Eddie to do his one and only move, which is to grapple and restrain something. Which one of these characters did the necrotic damage? Is it the big one?
No, it's the lich, buddy.
The lich. Eddie's gonna go grapple that lich.
Okay. Eddie is all the way out here. So with your full movement, you can make it to the table.
And that's within that. Now I have 10, right?
Yeah, you need 10. You have 10 more feet to get to them.
Well, I can
Like
attack
or
things
one
10
more.
feet away. So
There you go.
there we go. Let's
Drag
try
Cody
and land a
over
hit.
as well.
Yeah, Cody's getting it. Oh wait, I can't use this one. I have to roll myself because it's garbage. Cool. The 20 plus 11 is a dirty 20 to hit.
It does. It does hit.
It hits. So that's going to do. Also, never realized how much I used that. That's going to do 8, so 16 damage.
Nice. That's decent damage.
All right. Bonus action. I'm grappling this guy now.
After you make an attack, you can grapple somebody?
Yep.
Love
Because
it.
I'm a tavern brawler.
You got it. So it makes.
So you're going to need a strength.
Mine can be acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
No, you do. You are stuck with strength. I get
Oh.
a choice. The person who is imposing a grapple check is stuck with the athletics check. The person attempting to beat a grapple check has options.
24.
That's rough. I rolled a 15. That creature grappled.
Grappled. All right.
Yes.
Now,
He
action
goes to 0.
surge.
Okay.
We're doing an action surge here because I'm going to fully restrain this guy. Gag him. I'm gonna gag him as a part of this. That chain, my miracle whip, is going in between his teeth. So that is going to be another just a strength to lock him down. Oh my goodness. And then I have to minus the 1d4, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's a 27.
I rolled a 5. So you have him restrained.
Completely restrained. Oh, right. One more thing. I want to do an unleash incarnation, right? Whenever I attack, Cody gets to attack, and we're going to actually just kick this chain into his mouth more. We're going to, like, kick it in there with all the spikes and whatnot.
Okay.
Funny how Eddie can actually do stuff when I'm not using the D&D Beyond roller. Incredible.
Imagine.
So 1 to hit minus the disadvantage is a 19 to hit.
That misses.
19 misses.
It does.
Oh, wait. I have advantage on that. Let me try again because he is grappled.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was restrained, but it's fine. It's fine. You also have minus D4s to all of this. But it hasn't really mattered. All of your rolls have been very good.
24 to hit. That must hit, right?
That one hits. Yeah, that hits, buddy.
So 6 plus 8 is 14 damage.
You got it, partner.
Alrighty. Finally, Eddie gets the full combo off.
Right. After Eddie comes Clarny and Carney. Carney runs up to Trusk because that is literally what he is compelled to do.
Okay, I am going to. Are we all? A lot of us are pretty hurt. Huh? I could probably do like a mass healing word.
Probably a good call.
Say no.
Let's go ahead and do. I'm going to cast a mass healing word
You
on
got it.
myself. I'm going to go ahead and get Eddie. Craig probably needs it. And I guess we can get everyone, can't I?
You have 6. 1, 2, 3,
The
4,
problem-
5, 6. You can get all of you guys and
Well,
not.
Carney
the
was not
sidekicks.
hit, so
Well,
I'm cool with.
the problem is the thing she did at first was like you can't heal back.
For
That-
some
That's right.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So I'm not going to get any health back myself. Okay. Well, scratch that.
Carney should have been hit. Carney should have taken. Carney
Yeah, he
was a part of
he
that.
was a part of
Carney
that.
and Velran were a part of that initial.
What was
He
the
got a
DC?
19 though. He
Yeah.
rolled he made the save.
So
it
he
would've been
should have
19
taken
damage.
19 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, just the 19 damage. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Carney
fine.
should have
He's
taken
still got a good chunk of damage, or health left. So if he's up there, is he able to do like a just an attack?
No. Trusk is standing between him and that. He's 10 feet out. But he ran up there because he is compelled to do so by his madness.
Right. Okay. So what is the big hulking creature thing?
Those are shambling mounds is their technical terms. They are animated plants. They are literally like the shrubs and the like dead earth come to life.
Interesting. Could I put a wall of fire? Like, I can make it as big as I want. Can I put it behind them?
Does it say unoccupied space? Does the spell say unoccupied space? Wall of fire. On a solid surface within range. So you could put it on the wall. You could literally like make this wall fire. That will be an issue for more than just the enemy, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. All right, I'm throwing a hammer.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How close do you want to get to throw a hammer?
Can you just get me around the corner? Like,
Yep.
Just drop me there.
Yep. And you are within range to hit everybody with your hammer.
Let me. I want to just. I guess I'm going to aim for the lich.
Good call.
Does a 23 hit?
It does.
Perfect. Let's do. Sorry, it was a 22. 22.
That's still good.
Okay. 22, and then okay, let's do this. I am going to do the divine strike with it as well.
No problem. So it's 3d8 plus 10 is what you roll for me.
That's going to be 25 points of damage.
Got it. That one, a bunch of bark flies off it. Anything else, Clarny?
Can Carney jump up on the table?
No,
And
Craig
get-
is there.
Oh, okay. Is there any way for him to move within melee, maybe to the right to get to the shambling monstrosity thing?
Nope. It's a everybody's sort of tight packed in there. He also moved a good chunk. He moved about 25 feet already. we've got a big sort of like clusterfuck in here. Everybody's sort of base to base to base to base to base to base to base.
That's fine. Just have him take a dodge.
You got it. He's
On my
in the
divine,
dodge.
on my divine strike, does he take extra damage based on my spellcasting ability or spellcasting modifiers?
It's a
Nope.
D8.
It's just the D8, and I
And
added,
okay, that's
on
what it is.
top.
Okay, perfect,
of-
perfect.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, that's it then.
Okay, Conversion and Velran.
Okay. Well, Convergent will go ahead and bonus action give himself a flying speed for 1 minute.
Who will
Flying
do
speed
this?
equal Convergent
Okay.
as a domain feature level 6. He as
Cool.
a bonus action, he can magically give myself a flying speed equal to walking speed for 1 minute. I'm assuming we're in dim light.
Yeah. Yep.
Since the fire went out.
Yep.
I will fly over, and I'm hoping that there's space behind the lich.
There is behind the shambling mound, which I would say is like sort of diagonal.
Touching range.
Yeah, you're a diagonal back from the
Uh.
lich.
I am going to try something
Okay.
that I really hope works. I'm going to try Greater Restoration. Reach out, touch the lich.
I
Greater
am going to
Restoration.
have the shambling mound take an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Probably a miss.
I'm at a 22.
I rolled a 19. So a bunch of like vines reach out to you as you fly away. You land. You put your hand onto the arch druid. Let me go pull up Greater Restoration.
I am going to attempt to break one curse, including target's attunement to a magic item.
So what I will give you is I am going to say that Craig, who I think probably like took his shot and then got back down and started trying to pull
Precisely. I haven't been given any other orders.
again. As you do that, the orb pulls from the table and into your chest, and you kind of like rock back at the like your own force as you were like trying to really pull on it. The other thing that happens, Conversion, is you in this just brief instant view the memories of this archdruid, a great community of nature users, a druid enclave resided in this forest. You see the forest when it was green, filled with life. The King's Road cobbled through it. Travelers would pass through and pay homage to the Wild Mother. You see a archmage, very much in the same style as you've seen in the Elysian Empire and even in Solnar. Just old wizardly dude in robes with a staff and a pointy hat, comes bearing the orb. And presents it to the druids as a gift, if only when the time comes they can use it as an arcane conduit. Not seeing any problem with it, they allow it to stay. And one day, the orb releases this great curse upon the forest, essentially. And then you see like the other druids either leave or fall ill and die, leaving just this one, and you see it. This human, if a bit like Nord, bit sort of like Viking looking human, slowly become corrupted and his eyes go sunken and black, and you see him like disavow the Wild Mother as a somebody who's abandoned him, and you just see the downfall of this archdruid. It is not no longer what it is, but you have like severed the connection of that the orb to the grotto.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like my reaction to have the orb now.
Yeah, you have the orb now. It's in your hands. And this creature like screams out. And like there's a wail, like a banshee's wail. Right, let me toggle that lock. What is Valran gonna do?
He's not going to try shooting through that crowd. He'll take a shot at one of the shambling mounds.
You got it. You got it. He'll attack that one. It's a pretty easy shot. You can
And
just
he's
sort of,
at the
like, move
minus
over it.
D4.
I don't think he has a minus D4 attack. That is That is from the final tier. So
Okay.
he should be fine.
Oh, in that case, he gets a crit.
Nice.
Yep. Crits on 19, so that would be a 27 total. It's,
Con save, right?
yeah. Well, I don't know if they're immune to poison.
They are not. I just checked their stat block.
Cool. DC 14.
Con save, you got a DC 13. He got a 13.
Then he failed.
So is he poisoned?
Poisoned.
Okay, this guy's got the poison stat.
He got 9 points of damage.
Nice.
Second shot. That one's a nat 20 total.
You mean a non-natural 20?
No, it's a nat 20.
It's another nat 20, another crit. You got it.
5 points of damage, and he's already poisoned.
Yes. But he gets to roll again to see if he goes unconscious.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't. He doesn't go. Right? Because the drow poison's the sleeping poison.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Belran will probably move over to the left, kind of circle towards the bonfire, kind of right by the stump of the tree, trying to see if he can get a line of sight and see what the plate's looking like.
You got it. You got it. That it for conversion?
Yes.
Okay. Right. This guy turns on you, conversion. Turns around and goes after you. This one goes after you, Craig. It lumbers up onto the table and is going to take some swings at you with disadvantage. First one, Craig, is a 12. Second one is a natural 1. So both of those miss due to the poison. So just vines try to wrap around you and you duck dodge, slide out of it.
Hugging the orb.
For conversion, first roll is a 22.
Beats it.
Beats it. Okay. Second one is a 26. So both hit.
Yep.
So you take this. 28 points of damage, total bludgeoning.
Right.
That's both attacks. Just its vine fists rain down on you. And I need you are currently grappled by it. And I need you are engulfed by it. It slams down on you with both of it and just completely covers you, kind of like the gelatinous cube does. You are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe. And when this creature's turn comes back around, you will need to make a Constitution saving throw. So okay. you are just sort of within this creature.
Okay.
Engulfed in mud.
I have a chance.
Yes, your turn will come back around before you need to make a save for being engulfed.
Yep.
That's their turn. Brings us back to the very restrained Lich. Boy. Hate that it's restrained, I'm not gonna lie.
I want to be very clear. Eddie shoved that chain in its mouth. He's got the chain in its mouth, and Cody kicked it in further. All right, so it is thoroughly lodged in a way that would make it difficult, if not impossible, for the Lich to do any of his sorceress bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It turns to you 10 feet away and turns its hand into the spear and aims for the face. How many attacks does it make per turn?
Damn, Lich knows who the squishies are.
Well, it's also the one that has me
Yeah.
currently restrained.
Oh, I know.
And his act, what he was going to do was try and leave because he's very hurt. Like, you guys beat the crap out of him in that first round of combat. Oh,
So,
yeah.
bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I need you to make it's a crit, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Eddie?
Yeah, Eddie, please. You have been stabbed in the jaw, in the lower. You know, we watched that animated show the other day where the guy's jaw got like completely annihilated.
Yes,
That is what
I
has
know
happened to
exactly
you.
what you're talking about.
So what is it? Oh, it's a nat 20 to hit.
It was a nat 20 to hit. And I need a
Constitution
con
saving.
save at with a negative D4 to it.
Let's get me that D4. So that is a 22 on con save.
That's a success. You
Wait,
are not
hold on.
poisoned.
Can you measure the distance between Eddie and Clarny for me? Carney?
It is a melee attack. It is not a ranged
Oh, it
attack.
is? Okay. You
Yeah.
made it
It
sound
is
like
a
it was
10
thrown.
It is
That makes
no,
sense.
it is a 10-foot range melee attack where it's literally its arm just turns into that spear and goes shink. Shink.
Kind of like T2.
Yeah, very much. Very much. Eddie, you take 45 points of poison damage.
Yes. So Eddie is a little bit. Wait, does that just outright kill me?
No, you have way more health than that. What's your total health?
Well, didn't I get my total health reduced?
Yeah.
Well, not
What
your
is
total
it?
health.
Fuck.
What is your did you lose? So this is up to you to.
Oh wait, did I? So when my health was reduced, did I also take damage?
No, the damage was reducing your health. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Did you so on that first round of combat, David? You failed that check.
Yeah.
You took 38 points of damage, and so whatever your health was at once you took that 38 points of damage, that's your total health now.
Yeah, which is 11.
11. Yeah, I did.
You're very dead.
I did just murder you. Yes, correct. It is precisely that scene I just mentioned where the spear just goes right through Eddie's jaw. His jaw gone. Eddie's eyes roll up. Cody vanishes. And Eddie falls down. The parrot begins screaming, "Help me!
Help!
Help me! Help me!"
All right, keep track of turns.
They still have more attacks. Craig, you're the one with the now it can move, which is nice. So it is going to. It can't move with Trust still there, but you're the one with the orb, so I needed you to stop. Please cease and desist.
Is that what the guy says?
Sure, yeah. Please cease and desist. A 20 to hit.
No, yeah. Yeah, that hit.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I'm
no.
a 16 and I'll probably never change because I need the necrotic resistance to deal with the fucking zombies in the future.
I need you to make that Constitution saving throw as well. This is poison, yes. Pass, you got it. You got it.
I'm pass.
You take 20 points of poison damage. Don't know if you have resistance to that, but it is supposed to be 20.
Wait, Sean. That Lich had a disadvantage on attacks.
It did. No, but when I attacked him, it was supposed to be a disadvantage.
No,
He's right.
when you attacked
Yeah.
Eddie, so it
When I
was
attacked Eddie.
it wouldn't
Yeah, no, he's
potentially be
right.
a crit.
He's right. So it was 45.
I've been
So,
muted on
I
the
still-
stream.
Hit it.
I don't know how long. Sorry.
It's still so I rolled again. I got a 25 to hit,
Which is a
and
hit.
we'll have the damage then. We'll bring it back down, which is 23, which means you're still dead.
Still dead.
One
Damn.
over. Yeah.
But thumbs up on the
You're not
disadvantage.
as dead.
You are, yeah. Well, the jaw is now half hanging off.
Not paying off. So
He's only partially
What?
dead.
just doing death saves now, or
No,
No,
you
you're
are
still
dead.
dead.
Okay.
You are
Yeah,
dead.
you're
All
still
right.
dead.
You are
Alright.
super dead
Mhm.
right now.
Still dead.
But you have 2 clerics. So, like,
Double cleric.
as long as I don't slaughter the rest of the party, Eddie should be able to make a full recovery.
let's hope so.
We'll circle back
Good.
to that. Back to this. I hit Craig. I hit for 20 points of damage.
It was
Are you
all
down?
poison though, right?
It was poison. It's
Okay, I
poison.
only take 10 then.
Okay. And are you still standing?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna hit. It goes to like drag it and hit you again because it wants you to drop the orb. A 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So another Constitution saving throw for the poison.
Natural 20.
All right, not poisoned. 22 halved to 11 points of poison damage.
Still up. Baby.
It, like another banshee scream in frustration, and it goes for Trusk because it needs you to move. It needs you out of its way. A natural 16, 25.
Yeah, 16 hits.
That's
I have AC 14. I've got 6 hit points. So unless you can roll less than 6,
I could. There are 5 dice I'm rolling. I could roll all ones, and
Do
you'd be
it.
fine. I did not, though. It is a 13. 13 points of poison damage, and you fall unconscious.
but
I
not
did roll
dead.
very low. I did
Forever.
roll very low, but it was a bunch of 3s.
Dead.
And then it moves next to the big tree, is what it's after. But essentially moves into your space. It wants to be base to base with that tree. It ends its turn with telling its voice, "Get that orb! Don't let them run with it." Darvos.
Cool. Hey.
You can see them. The base.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm gonna run up because I'm kind of way back here. So I'm gonna move forward. So right about back.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, right about there.
You got it.
So Lich is standing on top of.
Yeah, he's kind of got a boot on Trusk's chest.
Darn. Okay. I was gonna do a thing, but I don't want a friendly fire, so I won't do that thing. See then. I'm going to guess just yeah, 3rd level chromatic orb that.
You got it. What type of damage?
What type of damage do I want? Acid.
Don't.
Acid. A sickly green acid ball spins out at the creature
Do
Yeah, no, I probably did a goof.
How much? What's the hit?
Yeah, let me pull the hit. Hold on. I said disadvantage, right? Yeah.
If you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yes, I do.
he's scared of the forest.
Yes, you are scared of the forest. Yep.
That would have been a net 20. So instead of a 33, it's a 23.
That hits, splatters across the chest to deal your damage.
The chest of Clarny, yeah?
Sizzles.
Or Carney?
Oh. Oh. Yep. It looks like it's about to just splatter across the lichen, and then it just veers into the shield of the goblin.
You think we would have learned by now?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for that, Nick. Take inspiration for being a good noodle. So deal the damage, and it's halved to 12. 12 points of acid damage to the goblin, Chad.
He's good. He's fine.
Okay.
All right. That's a good one.
Yeah, that, like Narvos like squints and like closes his eyes and has that moment of like, if I don't open them, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. Fine.
Me bard ulting somebody in League of Legends when they really and it just kills them, and I'm like,
I'm gonna do a quickened mind sliver. That can't get shielded.
Okay, so that's
that's
just
not a projectile.
Save for what?
Intelligence 21.
Intelligence save. Yeah, I butchered that one, and I'm not going to use a legendary resistance on a cantrip. So what is it?
So yeah, that'll be 6 psychic, but also because Hexblade's cursed, it'll be 10 psychic.
10 total or 10 on top of the 6?
No, total. I'm not missing anything there. Yep, so 10 total.
You got it. It screeches cut short. Let's say that's the effect that has. Kind of like sputters and stops.
And it is getting a taste of its own medicine. It's getting a D4 minus its next saving throw.
Look at that. Okay. Trusk, can I get a death saving throw from you, my friend?
That's a 17.
You'll love to see it. That's a success.
Hey.
You dream of beautiful orcish pirate women. Craig.
Okay, so I was told
you are in melee with 3.
Yeah.
2. You are in melee with 2 creatures currently.
I was told to cease and desist, but then they fucked up and said, get the orb and don't let him run away. So I still have the orb, and I'm gonna get it in my bag. What does that take to do?
It's a use and you've got a bag of holding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just shove it in. I'm gonna say that's your action.
All right, that's my action.
Say that's your action. Put it away.
Bonus action. Trusk, stand up, please. And you will get 9 hit points.
I'm gonna have you be kind of
right.
Oh no, you're still prone actually, so it's fine. You just wake up with the lich's boot on your chest.
I'm not allowed to run away. That's me.
Oh, I told you to grab it and run.
No,
but the lich followed it up with don't.
Yeah, I have it, but I can't run.
Not like purposely.
Can I use my reaction to yell, "Get out of here, Craig"?
Roll me a charisma saving throw to do that. As you have just awoken from unconsciousness.
Run, Craig,
me potato salad.
I'm going to say a 15 is what you're after.
Oh. You see that in the dice rolling room,
Sean?
Oh, heartbreaking. You like sputter out the words, but it just comes out as mumbled words that don't actually form.
say-
and-
Or
I
you
say
say
Greg instead of Craig.
yeah,
That- that was
run
it.
for it, Craig. And
Run, Craig,
it's not.
run.
It's not good enough. Craig doesn't meet the quota. Doesn't meet the parameters in the Android brain.
If he had just not said a name at all.
Exactly. Next up is
Daddy. Daddy.
I think first it's at the end of your turn, Craig. It's going to take an attack at you with a legendary action.
Yeah, bring it on.
Because it sees you put the orb away, and it's just gonna like go for the arm as you go to put the orb away. Just like sever the arm. A 15, I think, misses. So you just kind of move your arm out of the way, put the orb at it, and look it in the eye, like, what? You told me to
Shake
keep the
my head.
orb.
Get
So
the orb.
I got a question here, Sean.
Yep.
If the orb has been placed in the bag of holding, it's in a pocket dimension. So any boons that the lich,
Already gone.
Yeah, it is already.
Okay.
It is already.
Yeah. It was
So it's
severed
less.
before.
It's less about that it's actively getting boons.
It
It's
was
more that
already
it has
corrupted.
siphoned. Yeah, it has siphoned and been corrupted over centuries by this creature.
Pre-rupted?
awesome.
It is very hurt. I think it's now Clarny's turn. Clarny and Carney, and the goblin is now in melee with the lich.
Okay, the goblin's going to take his attacks first, two
And
up front.
We'll just see if this is over.
He rolled a 19 to hit.
That is a
That's a
crit, but it's not a.
Crit.
Oh,
It's
that
not
is
a
a crit with
natural.
him.
That's not a natural 20 to set off the Vorpal
Is
sword.
that what
But
it
it is a
says
crit
on
for
there?
him.
It's a crit for him. He
It is a
doubles
crit
his
for him.
damage,
That's right. Okay,
but he
so I
does
just gotta-
not. He does not cut off the
so I
creature's
can
head.
roll 2d8s.
Correct.
Oh, that's a 10 plus.
I am going to double check
wait,
that. Rule.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's 16 points of damage.
It's
I agree
it's
with that.
tricky when you play a champion with a Vorpal sword because you get
Mhm.
excited on 19s,
Yeah.
but
I agree
Legit-
with that decision. but
Legit
you can
says
check if
roll
you
a
want.
20 on the attack roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's
If you
got
said
to be.
roll a crit, that'd be different, but it's a 20, so it specifies.
So he
you
does
can get a
26.
crit down to 18 at like level
Yeah.
20. Like you can really get your crits down.
Dude, yeah, no, I'm a champion too. So that's not, we got two champions.
Double champion.
He's a sidekick, so he's like champion light.
Right. He's baby champ.
He's in the bantamweight class.
Yeah. Right. So how much damage was that?
26 points.
Love it. He definitely bloodied, just solid gash down the chest of this creature.
And then he's going to take a second attack. And that's 16 to hit.
That one misses. That one kind
Okay.
of cuts off the bottom, but
All right.
definitely very hurt. This creature very hurt, and
And
its
I'm gonna-
attention kind of is now split between Craig, who has the orb, and the goblin who just stabbed it for 26 points of damage.
I'm going to just walk up to it and take a melee with Divine Strike.
Okay, yeah, I think you can get B in melee.
Oh, I didn't know if I can go around the other side, but
Oh no, there are two massive plant creatures that way.
okay. Let's do first hit's going to be 20 to hit. That's a dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay.
Do you have multi attack?
No, I didn't know why I said first hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I caught that too and was curious.
Oh, that's 28 points of damage. That's 28. Yeah.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, this creature, you like buckle its abdomen and it looks very hurt.
That's it for my guys.
You are still not poisoned, right, Craig? The only
yet to be
poisoned
poisoned.
individual is the one below me, is Trusk. After Clarny, it's Conversion. You are blinded, restrained, grappled, and unable to breathe. What would you like to do?
Can I cast a spell that has verbal, semantic, and material component?
Yes. Nothing is stopping you from doing that.
Fantastic. I will cast Freedom of Movement. Step up, take 5 feet off my movement, and step out of the shambling mound.
Okay, hold on. Let me read Freedom of Movement real quick, just to make sure that this is Freedom of move. Because that's great. That's great if you can just do that. The duration is unaffected by and spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained. Other magic, yeah. Play escape from non-magic such as manacles or a creature that it has it grappled. Yeah, I'd say you can't be restrained and you use 5 feet to get out of the grapple and you just like pull yourself out of this creature and land. You know what? I'm actually going to say you tear this creature apart just because I really like that.
Okay,
Like you just,
because I was going to say I'm also activating the flame tongue.
there's we'll say like you use the freedom of movement and the flame tongue and you all just see the glowing of the sword bust through the bottom abdomen and cut straight up and it just
I want to
falls
see
apart
that animated
as-
so bad.
as conversion. There's really good
It's
Wolverine.
it's like the scene from the old animated Clone Wars when like the animated one from like 2002 2003.
Oh yeah, the 5-minute bits.
Yeah, when Obi-Wan is inside of Durge and it explodes out of him.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
worm guy and
Yeah.
with all the bikers. Yeah.
Right. Anything else conversion?
I'm gonna look at the lich thingy and be like, enough of this. You have forsaken your duties.
It turns to you and goes, "She abandoned us. You defile my grove."
If you want to continue the conversation, we can like
that's
argue at each other.
yeah, no, that's it. That that's the sort of like brief 6-second like lies, foulness. I will destroy you all. That's her vibe. That what I posted is what I thought of, just from a Wolverine, where he just like he gets eaten by the Hulk and just cuts out of it. Right after. Oh, you still got Valorant. What's Valorant? He's got a shot, kind of.
Yeah, he knows better than that.
Yeah.
I don't think he can get into melee with it, this creature.
No, he could go around and get in melee with the big shambling mound.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna step over Eddie, and come around on the back side of it.
You got
which will give him an advantage. So it's like a 24 to hit.
A 24 hits? Yeah, 100%.
I think that'll be 8 points of damage. And second swing is a 13.
That one misses. That one just doesn't manage to cut through the vines.
Yep.
Right. It is now that creature's turn. Its orders are to get the orb, so it's just going after you, Craig, with disadvantage. Because it is poisoned.
Bobbing and weaving, bobbing and weaving.
2-1.
That one misses.
And a 14.
Also miss.
So 2 slamming attacks. The table breaks under the weight of the blows. Very like Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe. Crumples in on itself on the center. That's its turn. Now comes our Lich, who puts.
There was something I was going to do, but I forgot.
Okay. So. If you remember right now, let me know.
Valorant was going to tell Craig to get out of here.
Oh, go right ahead. That's fine. Yeah, totally fine. Yep. So as those blows rain down and the table comes down, Valorant turns and goes, "1, Craig, get out of here." And as that happens, with a look of like utter hatred at all of you, specifically Craig, who has the orb, it puts its hand onto the big tree that it came out of and begins to enter the tree again as it casts a spell. Does anybody have a counter spell to stop it?
I don't. The closest I've got is Dispel.
And it transports via plants
Yeah, I do not.
and disappears. This creature is still there. It's still there. So that's something for you guys to just sort of like chop down in this
Are
moment.
we still mad?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. The effects have not dissipated. Like the fog's still there. The orb has the corruption of this magic seeped into the land. Like it's not like you cut off the source and now everything instantly goes back to normal. This forest is soaked in corruption, and it will take a long time of this orb not being here for it to return to normal.
This down tree here looks like a corrupted hand. It's like reaching up towards the party. Now it doesn't,
Yeah.
but before it did. Love it.
You're still in combat. That creature's still around. It hasn't, like, you're still in combat. So that was its turn, though. Narvos.
All right. Sick. Where am I at? Okay. How is that? How is it looking?
That
looking hurt.
shambling mound, it looks awful. Yeah.
Cool.
It's literally poisoned. It's not poison going through its vines. It's literally just like mindlessly going after Craig, though, who I believe is pretty close to death. Is that me? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, wrong actually.
Okay.
Because of the
So-
I'm necrotic and poison resist. That's all you've been doing.
You're less still in combat because that creature is there, and more still in combat because the lich is still around somewhere and is keeping you in combat.
Okay.
It's not done with you. It just has gotten out of the I'm pinned in a corner. Like, it's not abandoning its home. It has nowhere to go but here.
Yeah, then if I run up here, let me just double check something before I say before I do it. Okay, so if it's saying for a twin spell, if it says in range, would that be touched as well?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can twin spell 2 touch spells.
Okay, yeah.
You want to twin spell cure wounds is what you're after, right?
Yes, yeah. I would definitely get our get Trusk, and then someone within touch of him who was also hurt
Me.
badly.
All of us.
Yeah. It would be Trusk, and then I'd say because he's holding basically the nuclear football, Craig. So I'm a twin spell. That's
You roll once, and they both are healed for the same amount.
okay. Third level cure wounds. You are healed 21 points.
That's Trusk and
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
You got it. Anything else, Narvos?
You're still capped by the initial effect.
He is, yes.
That is going to do it for me.
Trusk, half your movement to stand up.
Yeah. Shit, I got a bonus action I wasn't expecting to have now.
Hey.
There's a big plant creature bearing down on Craig. You stand up and can finally see Eddie's broken body on the forest floor. his jaw sort of hanging to the side, eyes staring wide.
I'm gonna say clerics to Eddie, and then I will try to attack this shambling mound.
You got it.
This will be at disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
Mm-hmm. What was that last? I think just a minute. Yeah, for 1 minute, which is 10 rounds of combat. So,
Yeah, I've been keeping track.
So that'll be 7 plus 7, 14 to hit.
That just misses. It just you're not able to cut through the vines.
And then an 8 to hit. So
No. So
Nope.
2, your axe kind of gets stuck in the vines a little bit and you yank it out. Anything else?
no, I don't think there's anything else I can do. Double checking bonus actions right now. Nah, that's all I got.
Right. Okay. Next up is Craig.
All right, I'm gonna take 2 orders here. The first one is you defile my forest. I'm gonna do a burning hand into the tree, like past the goblin.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. You kind of just aim up.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hit him. Wow. Yeah, this tree is engulfed in flames.
Burn, baby, burn, burn, baby, burn.
And then I'm gonna run. Craig, get out of here. Taking an attack of opportunity. 30 feet.
About right there, I'd say. But with your passive perception, you do see stepping out of this tree the lich. It's hand raised and a finger gun.
I'm way more cunning than I used to be. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash to the left 30 feet.
Okay, so hold on. Left being left
Right,
facing this way,
right
which is
now,
always been the
yeah.
way we've been.
Yeah. No, the other way. The other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Sorry.
5, 15.
Yep.
I'll move you space over there. Cool. Awesome possum.
Yeah, that's me. Shit, I'm gonna
Right.
try to get out of here, but it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I think with your passive perception, you definitely could catch that. As you run out of the grove, you see its face coming out of that tree from the transport via plants, and you're like, "Oh fuck, nope." Right. Next up is Clarny. Clarny and Carney.
I'm gonna. Eddie's down, right?
Eddie is dead. Eddie is
He
currently
is
dead.
Can
very
I?
dead.
Needs a
Can I touch
revivify.
Eddie? Can I touch Eddie?
You can get to Eddie and touch him.
Can I raise dead?
You can raise dead.
I'm gonna raise dead.
The term you want to use is revivify.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's another one. There's raise dead.
There's raise dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't that like
Return
make
of
him a
Dead is a
zombie?
World of
Nope,
difference.
you return a dead creature to life.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Raise
Yeah.
dead is return a
is.
dead creature to life.
As long as his parts are intact that he needs to live, he will be alive with 1 hit point.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, let's not have a zombie Eddie running around.
Sorry, I thought Raise Dead.
There's another one it's animate dead that you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
a
it.
third level.
I am not going to make him a puppet. I want to raise him with 1 hit point.
But this is an hour-long casting time.
Oh yeah, it does
Yeah.
have an hour long. It is not an
It is a
action.
1 hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's an
no.
hour long. Good catch there, Nick.
no! It says 1 action.
Right? No,
No.
raise dead casting time 1 hour.
Yeah, revivify is an action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the third
We
level
have
revivify?
diamonds. Do you have that spell?
The third level spell.
It's a generic cleric spell. So if you picked it,
Japanese
gonna
commercials.
cast that.
You
I'll
have
touch
it?
him and say, yeah, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. So whoever's in charge of diamonds, track
Conversion.
300 gold of diamonds.
Yep.
And Eddie, you are returned to life at 1 HP. Your jaw swings closed and knits itself in a neat little scar on the right side of your face as the flesh knits back together. And you gain 1 exhaustion.
Oh, that's what it's like, is what Eddie says.
Does he retain the madness?
Yes. As you remain within the forest, I would say he still remains in the. Actually, you know what? I'm going to reverse the amnesia. I think in his time while dead, he, had the classic his life flash before his eyes. And he remembers his life, and all of you and such things. That seems apropos.
And then, can Carney jump on the table now?
100%.
Can he attack that monstrosity?
Yes, he can.
All right, he's taking his first attack.
This is not there.
He rolled an 18. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Oh, sweet. All right, and then get my dice for the hits. That's 6 points of damage.
Okay. Roll again. Roll to hit again.
A 12 probably does not hit.
It does not.
Okay.
Just barely still standing. That shambling mound remains. Conversion and Velran.
Okay. Velran will go ahead and swing twice.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, 12. 20 to hit.
That does hit.
That will be 6 points.
And with 6 points of damage, this creature is cut into ribbons. The vines fall down onto the table and on the forest floor. And that creature is no more.
All right. Velran will kind of like look around to see what's going on, and Conversion will basically go over the table, hop over Eddie, and out into the forest. He's like, Craig, get back here.
That's about 30 feet. Craig, get back here.
Then he starts looking around.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
And I am still at minus D4. No.
No. Okay. So you look out fog bank on those trees. After you Conversion, we circle back to this guy. Just as you're like, I can't see it, it breaks through the fog with the banshee's wail that everybody still in the grove, your head snaps in the direction as it screams out. Were you going to say something, Carl?
Yeah, I was just going to go, if I still have an action, would take defensive
Sure.
stance.
No problem. It is going to Cool. Okay. It is going to take ranged attacks. 2 of them at Conversion and 2 of them at Craig.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Did you say y'all move?
Craig, Conversion told you to come back.
Y'all move. I was doing a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm sorry.
You should. Like, really, I think you'd enjoy it.
27 and 28 to hit you, Craig.
Both hit.
Yeah. A natural 20 on Conversion and a 14 on Conversion.
14 misses.
Right. So this is all necrotic damage.
Okay.
So half for Craig.
Mm-hmm.
And Conversion, do you have any resistances?
Nope.
Okay. So first hit on you, Craig, is
A second.
16
Let me
points of-
double check that. But
All right, you circle back to me on that. 16 half to 8, Craig. Ooh, those are big numbers. Oh, what do you do? 22 points of necrotic damage, halved to 11. And then the natural 20 on conversion. You're still standing, right, Craig?
Oh yeah.
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 $36 points of necrotic damage conversion. As just a bolt of necrotic energy slams into you.
Okay. I will go down, but not dead.
But not dead. So you guys, as that wail happens, you guys all turn, and conversion is lit up from the front with green, like gross energy, and then falls down, sort of like somewhat sapped of life. Like his flesh sort of like sucks in closer to his bones. Craig, you're told to return. You turn. You're sort of like hit twice, and it doesn't really do anything. Well, it does some stuff, but like you're less affected. And then you watch that happen to conversion. That's their turn. Next up, Narvos.
All right. So I clearly see him now.
Yeah,
Right,
he
okay.
is from you. Oh, Jesus, I keep doing this. About like 75 feet from you.
Okay. I'm gonna move up kind of next to conversion.
No problem.
And then at 4th level, spin my other slot. He needs to make a dex save.
A dex save. I rolled a 19, which is not good enough,
No, it is not.
but it will choose to succeed anyways.
Okay, well, so he'll take half of this then.
Don't you have some kind of natural like lay on hands or something?
Yes. It's an action, and it's only
it's
9
an
points.
action.
Yeah.
That's not that great.
It isn't.
No,
The
it's
ASMR helping hands is not actually that.
it's yeah, really, it's like disappointing. Anyway, yeah, he'll take half then of 32 fire, so 16.
Nice.
It's just sort of like engulfed. The bark on it is now sort of like scorched. It looks very hurt. It's definitely very hurt.
All right.
Half the creature it once was, more than half the creature. Yeah, you know what I mean. It looks bad.
I'm a quicken.
Okay.
Firebolt.
A firebolt.
Firebolt.
Okay. Roll it.
With disadvantage. Lowest as I got it. Lowest I got is 25.
That hits.
Get me those good damages. 15 fire.
Okay. It's still standing. Is that your turn?
Right, and I have the additional damage with the Hexblade's Curse. So that's just another 4 damage onto that firebolt.
Okay. It lets out like this horrifying cackle and goes, "I'll do you one better," and throws another necrotic bolt at you, Narvos.
Okay.
24 to hit.
24 to hit. It would hit. However, I'm going to use my reaction of Protective Wings. Give the
Okay.
Metallic Dragon. For flavor's sake, if you're okay with it, I'm going to say that the wings I normally have that bamf out are just kind of on my back, and I bring them out not to fly, but as a protective thing.
Mm-hmm. I
So that
imagine
grants-
them shiny and chrome as well.
Yes. Grants a +4 to my AC, which makes it a 25, which makes that miss.
Nice. The necrotic bolt scatters on your wings, and it lets out a like annoyed cry.
I smile.
It's
Wings
still
fall away. That was really good. That was nice. Next up, Trusk.
Wusk.
All right.
What's his distance?
Here's, yeah. I think it's right around, yeah. What's the distance?
80. A little over 80 for you.
82.
I'm going to move 30, dash to 60. Bonus action.
It's a pretty good eyeball from me.
Bonus action.
It really was.
Second wind.
Okay.
That will heal me for 9 plus 5, 14 points. And then I am going to action surge. And throw a hand axe.
Okay.
Put it in here. All right. Fingers crossed.
On that 20.
I'm at disadvantage, bud.
Yeah, it's still possible.
Nope. That's a nat 1 on the
Nat
die.
1.
So for a total of 8, but yeah.
It catches the axe and it like withers and rots, and the metal of the axe falls to the ground and rusts.
I'll delete that off my sheet.
Sorry, buddy. But it's a very cool moment as you throw it and it just grabs it, and it just, 100 years of time just is instantly done upon it.
Well, guys, I tried.
An attempt was made.
It smiles at you as your turn ends, and the axe falls to the ground and goes, I thought you'd learned your lesson by now. And it throws its next necrotic bolt at you with its legendary action.
Ugh.
A natural 19. If it's not a champion lich, though. So let's all be grateful.
Yeah, no, with a 14 AC, it's
Yeah.
hidden.
It is hitting. But it didn't expect. It should have specced into fighter. Is all I'm gonna say. You take 17 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
It hurts, but you've been healed quite a bit in the past handful of turns.
Yeah.
Like you feel some of the like good eats you had in Solnar sucked away from you, but you remain standing, and you're a fighter. You size up this creature, and it's sort of like, I need people to be on the floor right now, or I am in big trouble kind of mindset. It's just throwing things out, hoping people hit the dirt.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was thinking it was worth it to burn the action surge.
Craig.
I walk back to my captain. I look down at him. I look up at the lich. I pluck my bowstring and say "Dundar," and then I shoot him.
Crackle, 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 crackle.
With a 17 to hit.
That misses. It,
Mhm.
it also grabs your arrow and disintegrates it.
All right, and the next one is a natural 20.
Ooh, baby, a natural 20.
Okay, so there's
Roll all
above.
that dice. It is sadly not engaged with anybody.
Yeah, there's no sneak attack here, unfortunately, but that's only a D6, the lowest of the dice I'm rolling. But these should have been D6 because they weren't that great. 28.
How would you like to kill that creature?
Let's go.
I mean, it's gonna just pop with thunder damage.
And it just like the bark scatters. Trusk, it doesn't deal any sort of like actual damage to you, but you got some splinters.
You're thinking of lightning damage.
You mean its chest cavity doesn't fly onto me like
No, like
breastplate?
it's thunder damage, so it literally like detonates in a sound wave, like
Yeah, the boom, boom, big boom.
the big boom. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it does. It
Seismic
does
charge.
exactly what I said. It splinters
Oh, okay. Yeah.
out. No, like actual damage, but superficial. Like you got like the front part of you, Trusk, is covered in wood and bark from an explosion that happened 20 feet ahead of you. Imagine like a charge of C4 wrapped in wood goes off.
That was explosive.
That is combat. That's the end of combat. Now we enter more loosey-goosey times.
No, I've got an orb.
You do.
What's my loosey-goosey?
The madness remains.
I got the jar of death.
The forest does seem less intimidating. This tree crackles with the flames. It does feel marginally better, but those of you with any sort of like arcane knowledge are very much like, it will take time and possibly some sort of new druid's care to return this forest back to what it once was.
I'm casting second level cure wounds on conversion.
You got it.
For 20 points.
I am casting create water and raining the tree.
Okay, so you've stopped the
You don't want a forest fire?
burning of the tree. Admittedly, there wasn't because of the way the druid had the grove set up. There's nothing nearby, but maybe some treants wouldn't be very happy with you.
Ape Changer Smokey the bear is sad at us. Bugbear Smokey.
There's two things I want to know.
Okay.
Is there anything left of the druid that was just splintered?
You go up and there's like its feet where it was, some wooden feet. You kind of search around. There's like a finger, a pinky.
Yeah, I'm gonna gather it up.
Okay.
I imagine Chad's getting conversion, yeah?
Narvos just did.
I just picked him up for
Oh, okay.
20 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Narvos already got him.
Narvos got him.
And then the second
Eddie can
thing,
also stand.
is there any change in the appearance of the Wild Mother statue?
Would say that if anybody had looked, that when Conversion had Greater Restoration, the face returned.
Cool.
So the face has returned to that statue.
Well, that's cool. That just
So-
means divine.
The Wild Mother
can be-
is watching upon this forest once more.
Cool. I don't know about you guys, but I could use a good bite to eat. Let's follow our path through the
I
trees.
create good berries and
Oh,
hand them to you, 10 of them.
I will go easy on this as I do not want to become constipated.
If you could share them, I was just helping.
Right. Is there, there's no issue. There's like no immediate threat. You can easily follow your path. Craig knows the way with his innate survival check of following the path. Is there anything you guys would like to do before I fast track us back to Solnar?
How long does the madness stay?
When you leave the forest.
Okay.
That's the other thing. As I'm not like, you guys travel back through the forest and it's an issue and like,
There has to be
Kinda
some
bumble
kind
your
of
way.
thing where Eddie figured out that I'll do anything he says, you know?
Yeah, okay. So Eddie, how do you want to, at some point on your trek back, you're kind of like thinking about how you died, man, and that's what it's like. And you just watch like Craig responding to everybody saying stuff, and it clicks for you that Craig will do anything anybody says. What do you do?
Greg will do anything anybody says.
Correct.
And he's not going to take advantage of that in any way.
Wild.
What Eddie's doing is he's kind of reflecting because what he just experienced was Eddie being an echo in someone else's timeline
Oh,
is
damn.
what Eddie just had kind of experience with. And he's having sort of an existential crisis about that, and he's looking at his echo and he's talking to him a little bit. I don't think anyone else can really hear Eddie's echo. It's kind of a silent thing, but
Yeah.
he's kind of working through that. Also, does Eddie have his maximum hit points back?
No, you are at 1. Nobody's healed you more than that. You have 1 hit
Yeah,
point
I
and
got you.
11 max.
Well, actually, the question I was going to ask is the loss of hit point effect, max hit point.
That will return after a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, that
just
stuff
gonna,
returns at a long rest.
Eddie's just gonna drink out of his jade elephant until he's full health. I think
Okay.
that's his point.
So you're back to 11 health.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's just really kind of contemplating his mortality and what it means to be an echo.
Understandable.
Love that.
That's a trip.
Yeah. I honestly love that. You were an echo in a timeline that fought that same lich, but instead of being like necrotic based, it was a radiant based. It was like the exact opposite, where the city of Solnar was actually the demon city. And the radiant type, the divine were actually the evildoers and the corruption. Very, very sort of yin and yang timeline.
When Trusk went down, he won't have seen the other side. He'll have been going through like events in his life. You follow?
Yes.
Like
Doing the flashback, doing the life flashing before his eyes.
Right.
Seeing himself as a young boy, seeing himself as a young man, and going on to his first ship duty.
He will remember a young elf that he picked out of the sea that had washed up.
Okay. Okay.
Totally alive. They were making a smuggling run at the time, so they just dropped them off at the nearest port. But he'll remember the act of actually saving somebody as he weighs his good and bad deeds.
Yeah, love it. Thumbs up. Cool. So this is all good information. Anything else? You guys travel back through. You guys eventually leave the forest. The madness subsides very quickly. Slower for the ones with the like max tier madness. The goblin regains its hearing last. You guys are almost at the watchtower before his ears stop bleeding black, which you were starting to get very concerned about. Showing up to Solnar with a goblin with black ichor ears. Is there anything you guys would like to do on the trek back through the farmlands?
As Eddie regains his sanity, he's going to teach his parrot a command word. That command word is going to be like I don't know, it's like say or mimic or something like that. And he's just going to teach the bird to repeat whatever the bird hears.
Okay. Cool. It already has the mimicry, so it with a a passable check on the bird, it can do that.
Yeah, I'm working on the like do it on command aspect of that.
Okay. Thumbs up.
I want to look in the book.
Oh, you're looking in your book?
In the book, yeah, the book, the evil book, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's the book
That is
look?
evil.
I mean, it was Carney's book. I
haven't
stole
looked at this. Yeah, you did, and I've kind of repurposed it. Carney, I believe, if I remember correctly, Clarney doesn't even remember having it after he was resurrected.
Right? Yeah.
I remember is what I made him. I like sort of made that call. Is that Clarney like Holy is like I don't remember owning that. That's in your book. That's yours.
Maybe now
Part of my
Craig's convinced it is his too. What were you saying, Chad?
You read Abyssal, correct?
No, kind of.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you
it's like,
read Abyssal.
But it's very hard for me to read. You know, if I heard it, it'd be easier.
You you see in the script you can read that pretty much nobody else can because it's like an abyssal dialect. You have traveled far because you haven't opened this since I think you were in the Elysian Empire, correct?
No, I did it once on the pirate ship.
You did it on the boat? Okay.
Before the pirate island.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it still says you have traveled far. I feel your presence closer to me than ever before. If you continue east, I will grant you great powers. And that is what the book tells you.
I don't even respond. I just put it away. Shake my head.
100% like Tom Riddle's diary. Anybody else? Anybody else got sort of fun things before you re-enter the city of Solnar?
Yeah, Convergent wants to have a chat specifically with Narvos.
Okay.
It's probably been something that's kind of been building and on hold for a couple of games. So Narvos.
Yes.
What do you want?
That's a broad question. Do you mean in terms of like what? What do you mean?
Well, we are returning to your home. What was your home city?
Yes. At the moment, I really only growing up I heard about the empire to the west led by William, and I seeing those what had happened over there made me angry, and that's something I want to write. Having that type of thing is just not right. I want to fix that. I'm not really interested in going back and taking my my place until that's done at least. And I'm not sure how it would be received if I did go back there and reveal myself to them. At the moment, it's just going with this group until the end.
Very well.
Maybe someday I'll go back and go back to my family, start going by the name that I had, not the name that I'm going by now. But it's not that time yet.
We will have to watch the Syndicate. They are under the control of the Prince of the 8th level of the Abyss.
It's the 2nd level.
Oh, sorry. 2nd?
All good.
I thought it was 8.
No, 2nd.
Okay. The Prince of the 2nd level of Hell. That is something that will have to be addressed at some point.
Yes.
Narvos, you of course know that your family used to be in control of the Syndicate. So,
yes.
It all depends on what you guys want to do. You can attempt to just overthrow and create a power vacuum. You can attempt to reinstall the previous leaders, the previous leadership. You are aware that some sort of person in power in the Syndicate is so powerful that they didn't kill it and have just warded it behind several doors of wards in their hideout. Food for thought on the Syndicate issue. Right.
Before we head into the city,
Well, we are going to end sort of because I don't want to. We can't return the orb without.
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, no, this is just kind of a final thing with the group.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to kind of grab everyone that's there, and I'm sure you've probably realized by now that the name Narvos is not my real name.
What's your last name? Yeah.
Yes, it's the name that went by when I left, but it's not the name that I was given. If you want to keep calling me that, that is fine, by all means. My given name though was Ilthos.
Can you spell it?
Yes, Ylthos.
Pretty cool name.
Thank you. It's again up to you all what you want to call me, but probably when we're in the city, it would be best to just continue calling me Narvos. But other than that, I don't care. You want to call me Narvos? You want to call me Ilthos?
I
Ilthos
think we've been
Narvos.
calling you Starboy.
Starboy.
Or Starboy?
My last name is Bread. Craig Bread. I've never told you that. Sorry.
final bread, the last bread.
The last bread.
Sometimes
Okay.
his jokes are a little stale.
Oh, that's where we end
On
the
that
game.
But he is a wonder.